Hello and welcome. It is that of the 19th day of April 2019. My name is Derek and welcome. And I'm only going to be looking at one reference point, one other people, but I haven't heard too many people being really all that bullish in the short run amongst the cryptocurrencies, nor have I been really looking either. But I went on to TradingView and I noticed an article and I really thought I would want to read it, and I did, and I'm going to go over it. And then we'll go and I'll do my analysis on this chart, which is what I've been saying. And well, a lot of it is not what's being read here. This is on tradingview.com. This is from BotJE11, who's one of the top guys. This was posted 21 hours ago. Bitcoin ready to break up or test support one more time. Okay. So there's three charts on the screen, one of which is a 15-minute term time frame, a 4-hour term, and a daily term. And as we can see in here, I haven't pushed this load new bars. I don't know what that would do. Okay, whatever on that. Uh, but obviously predicting that it's going to go up and then it's just going to go back down. And to try to get all these little short-term runs, I guess, because this is what has happened since. So it's interesting just to show you what's going on since that point. I think that's pretty darn near cool. And obviously, if you predict it was going to go up, it didn't go up that high, and then it didn't go down that low, but it might have been right in that sense there on a less aggressive level. But that's not really what I want to focus on. I want to focus on the text. Current movement sucks a bit. Difficult moves to predict, so I normally don't want to do anything but to give you something to work with. I am going to do analyses with a few scenarios for the bulls and the bears. And as far as looking at both sides, the bull and bearish case, yeah, I think that's a good idea. For you probably notice I do that all the time. Difficult moves to predict. This is on the opposite end. This is easier moves to predict right now, I feel, on the daily chart. So normally I don't want to do anything, and normally I'm not going to go, yeah, this is the play, this is a buy, this is definitely going to happen. No. And normally I don't want to make any type of play on it. Yeah, I'm not going to make any play on what I consider to be the case amongst the short-term time frame on LITECOIN. The chart number one, which is this one in here, is the one where it was supposed to go up to 5,400 and then back down to close to 5,000. The one on the left is already moving as suggested the past hours, made the last bounce up from the curved line. My assumption here is we might see another stop hunt. And I don't know what the term stop hunt means, but I'm in the business of not listening to too many people. And all the ones that I do, it's all the same stuff on that every intermediate and even advanced textbooks will talk about. But I've made a lot of my own vocabulary, and a lot of people, the regulars probably realize that as well. So I don't know what stop hunt means, but I feel it means that it has to do with the stops, and that it's going to be because price goes lower that stops get triggered. I'm guessing something like that. Already breaking down as I'm writing this, but no big volume. I got a feeling price is getting supported again, like a week ago at 5,200. Already seeing an attempt to break that curve line, but again it's holding, so we might see that scenario play out. The level of the shakeout on the upside is the assumption this time, but don't have much to go on. This important here. I assume the support zone is around 52, 5180, so high 5100s. Has been created a big stop zone level, so that's apparently, I guess, where all the stops would be. So when a BART move, I mean, my part move is when a market goes way up fast and then goes sideways and much lower volatility from its move for a while, and then it just gives it all back. That's the Bart Simpson's head formation. Again, those are the terms I have brought up. Nothing to do with this. This zone will trigger a snowball of stops, trigger to dump the price. Number two. In the middle, we can see, and let's just bring up the chart again so we can. This is the 240-hour term where it went up and back down. And let me put my 240 in. So just giving my quick analyses, and I'm even going to remove, as if it matters, take this back a few channels. So as I was seeing around that time, price action after having this move, which was supposed to be resistance, really wasn't. And then this two-time hit, lift off support. Didn't it had a shot to go break out here, didn't? And it had a shot to break down in here. It didn't because it had its move, piercing above, resistance area point, didn't do it. Resistance area shot in here, didn't do it. And there's been so many chances for the sellers to bring that market down to get those stops out, as they would refer to, but it just hasn't happened, and it hasn't broken out either. It's been just a very, very solid range. Resistance was first established in here up towards this point, but the higher highs, well, you can say it's making higher highs again from this decline because there was higher highs all the way like here, here. I guess you can call this a matching one, and then this higher one. Then we have this down move, so we have this high in here. Then we have this high here. Then we're having this high now. That's really about it. And as I've been stating, breaking out above this thing, and because of what I've been saying for quite some time, it's a good probability we've got a good shot at going to the 6,000. It's just a lot of waiting time is going or coming into play right now. And in the view here, we can see how the price goes up from 40, the move from fifth here to here. They got the line in at that stage there. So if I guess, I go like this, push this on auto. Yeah, I guess suppose it's about the same, but I find this just having a little like to put it this just I don't know. I find mine easier to read. Maybe because it's the one I'm used to reading. In the middle, we can see the channel I showed a few days ago. Is okay. A few days ago is till in the middle. We can see the channel I showed a few days ago is still legit and giving resistance. And that's the whole problem about spell check is when nothing comes up. Till is a word. Obviously, it got me there, and I mean, I would have read even quicker the first time. Bulls just don't seem to be able to break above these levels. No, they haven't, but the Bears aren't taking it down, as I mentioned on my point too. But as long as we stay above the 52, 51.80, which is right in around here. So this little previous support level, the 52 could represent this level of support. So as long as we stay above these points in here, let's go back to the article. There's a chance to break up. Now. What's the definition of there's a chance of something happening? Sometimes we can learn from Dumb and Dumber. Well, because in that movie, Christmas, Lloyd Christmas or Jim Carrey's character said, what's the chances of we getting together? And she's like, I don't know, 1 in 10,000 or 1 in 1,000. So Jim Carrey is like, oh, you're telling me there's a chance. And that's the whole point of that word. A chance means there's probabilities to have that happening. For example, there is no chance that if I throw the tennis ball up in the air, that it will just stay and remain floating in the air. So there's not a chance it will come back. It definitely will. And tonight's hockey game between the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs, both teams have a chance of winning. Both teams, there is no chance that the winning team wins by 6 or 7 goals tonight. There's a chance the winning team wins by exactly 7 by a 9-2 count and scoring 4 goals exactly in the first period. Now don't have this happen, but I'm just saying there's a chance of that. So getting on to the whole word, when I look at that in there, when I'm saying if it can hold and stay in this particular area, then that just says that give you good probability odds for something. So to me, if if it holds and stays in this area, and I'm already bullish on the level, it continues to reduce the chances or increase the chance of it going down or increase the chances of it going up. Okay, it is also important level from the scenario. When the channel gives a target of around 5,000, the possible triangle more like 4,700. However, past days I moved my focus. I mean, these are so short-term data. It's from the 47 to 48. Bigger picture, number 3. This one has not changed at all. This is a daily chart. I am still looking up with a lot of confidence as long as we don't see a very big volume drop. As long as we don't see a big break of 4,800-ish, I have no reason at all to think the rally is over. Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. And that 4,800-ish number is pretty big for me as well. It's really big. And if it breaks below it, what does that tell me? Well, it tells me the underdog is looking to happen, which would take us en route to the next support level of 4,100, which isn't that large of a move, and overall it's on the weekly chart. It would be the area of where the 18 average of lows should be aligning itself towards. And again, on the daily, I've talked about how lovely the setup looks on the 18. First, we take these 3 candles. Green candle up, red candle down of a good nature like this, and then immediately to go up. Because the general feeling is if you have a good move up or whatever size and you give it all back in one direction, then that first move it shows weakness, and then the second one is the more stronger one. But what did we see before it? We seen it come with an up move. So the up move gave it back, got it back instantly, and this is day 3 within what it's doing here. These to me are fantastic signals. Again, why I have a higher than normal probability chance within this time frame. I have mentioned the bigger picture scenario a few times already, so I assume you know what the game plan is. If not, read some of the previous analyses to know, and then thankfully it is below to read. So it's safe to say I think the chances are very small to see it rally from current levels already. I will say, so it's safe to say I think the chances are very high to see it rally from current levels already. That's my line. So now quoting again, the green line is maybe the best case for the bulls, I think. Small stump hunt to like 5,100 and see a V shape on the low frame. Time back up to 52XX, and then slowly continue the rally. And I'm slowly continue the rally. Yeah, it could be, and I think on the V shape, what you're trying to talk about might be just the move to 4,100 where the lower end of the V would be, and then the upper end bringing it up again, and that would be pretty interesting and cool. Actually, no. Depending on where my altcoins go, that would increase volatility on the altcoins. That's the only way for my numbers where that extra move would come in because I'm not betting or selling Bitcoin here, buying it back, or any of that type of stuff. And like they did, so yeah, so they want to bring it back to 5,200 and slowly continue the rally like they did around the 4,000 just before the rally to 5,000. This is something what can happen, but I don't think it's likely. This is the consolidation. I think this consolidation needs more test of support levels. Doesn't have to be 48 per se, but at least a few more times in the 5,000 area. So this author thinks we need more consolidation of support levels. We haven't had it. We need it at some point, yes. And I'll say that because the 18 average of lows hasn't even been tested since the move higher. The only support test we've had using the daily, which is what the chart reference was on there, number 3, was the 2 days in here. And then this little move in here, and then again. So that's 3. That's not bad. But the bottom line is that when you have spots where we correct in this level And bears have had ample amount of opportunities, especially with decent sized prices in here, to do it, and it doesn't happen, meaning that it doesn't go down. Then there's the sellers could have been worn out, meaning they've already sold, they've done their thing. There's just not a big extra amount of influx of people trying to bring that market down. At least that hasn't been the case over the last 3 days. And as the original analysis goes, $4,841.96. This is that Fibonacci levels that zero out of 1,000 people on average look at. Okay, so I don't think that author would have looked at that. And yet, those levels have continuously in the past done well as far as painting the story and doing all the things I talk about as far as what Fibonacci levels are supposed to do. This one, this number being no exception whatsoever. The last one was the annoying one of an exception, and it really wasn't. It was the 3,000, a hair above 3,000 support level that actually was a hair above 3,100. But that technically did count in story. It's just annoying for traders like me. And still, but because of this fact, and you're seeing the strength, that if I can see, and going back even in here on the 4 hour term time frame, if I can, going back to here, if this can hold and stay above 5180 ish for an okay amount of periods, that is a strong sign. On the contrary, if this holds and stays below about 5020 for about 3 or 4 consecutive periods, that is very bearish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, 17 periods holding and staying above that. Okay, okay. Oh, you're doing okay then. So to me, a lot of evidence is showing that this thing is getting ready to pop. To the upside, of course. And it's had its opportunity in here. Never really did it, or at least it still would still be working on it. Then again in here, now it's went from supporting the lows to staying within it, what's barely a still rising one, but holding and staying within this area as well. And short-term moves, I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe on a bullish level, it goes in here, then finds support like the 61.8 fib down, or we break resistance and then we have a fast move up to previous high at around 55, or it grinds its way up to 55. Whatever the story is, the story is. We are on a holiday weekend, so I don't know, maybe a short influx of large institutional traders won't be present, and in that situation, grinding moves higher until that time comes, which is Monday or Tuesday, would be what the story may be. And on the previous analysis, let's just go through that comment. Uh, is this from somebody else? If so, who's that person? Anyway, bulls are really keeping it here at the high of the resistance. Now also seems the rejections are getting smaller, so starts to feel my breakout might not be that likely. OI is normally still a bit low. I have no idea what OI is for that. But now that the low, like 2 weeks ago when I said it's too soon for a rally, so I had the same thought as back then, but now less sure about it. Volume is increasing a bit, which could be the start of something. When zooming out, it's still too low. Unless 5300 breaks, maybe, and we don't see a short squeeze again. But like a normal rally, with volume increasing even more, I might be completely off with assuming it's too soon to rally. Like I was saying around the 4,000 few weeks ago. Okay, I'm not the greatest at grammar, but one of the things I know is if you have a sentence to me, I don't know if I read this wrong, but I had a difficult time reading before this. But like I was saying around the 4,000 a few weeks ago, period. That doesn't make sense in the anyway. With the first and then second attempt to break the low 4,000 area, volume can remain low, but with like each 50-point move up, volume needs to keep increasing with the volume squeezing up with the real when the real breakout begins. This level might be 54, 5500 now. I just don't know at this point. I keep assuming we might drop testing low 5000s, but the longer we hang against the high like this, the bigger chances we really break up. And yeah, that part is so true. As and even just looking at a situation in here, when you can have a spot where you continuously are able to test a very good rate of ascent uptrend line, and in here you can. One of the things I like to do in a spot like this is, and I'm going to do this now because I got the opportunity. I know how to do it. Is I will draw a parallel line with that and then put it on the support. So I've already pushed the print screen on my computer, and that's what I do when I want to use it in my paint. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. And this is what I like to do. This is small, but when things are really, really big or really small in paint, it's an easy fix. So here's paint. It's going to be this number here. I'm going to move this to 200% after I paint it. So let's go 200. And there we have it. And then what happens is if you get stuff like photos that you get from like a cell phone or a camera and they come up like so huge and this comes up and it's like you look at your face and you can literally see your cheek. It's like so times bigger. I mean, you're putting those to 25% seems to always work and it's still good quality. Okay, so what I would do here is I see I got this line. So I'm going to go to my line drawing tool, and I think I got the same size. I'm just going to match this line like this. So that's what I would do is match the line and then move it onto support area. So where would be the spot that I would put it? On any big move, I guess I'd be going here, but it hasn't been there. I have to go higher. This level of support, well, it's been this support, this resistance. Again, I don't want to go there. I want to go higher. And then we have this multiple hit area here. So this to me is your essence of trend. And along this, what do we see? We see this little failed breakdown. And in that, when you had your shot to resist in here, it didn't do it. For where it could have done it at this level here, at this where this line is, was one. And even here, just another second leg higher. If you end up having, say, resistance in here, then you got the opportunity where this thing is going to go more sideways. Maybe you'd be talking about a range like this. Of course, that didn't happen. And of course, and then reversal of trend. You now resist this area, and then maybe do something like that. All right. So now you come up to this point in here, and you pierce above it. That's always a nice little thing. And then that's close to this high, I suppose, although not really. After that, you come back again to this here. Successful support. Couple other times. Unsuccessful here, but successful in doing that failed breakdown. And then from this point, and I don't know what was first, but I'm presuming that hit the rally here first, but it got back above to this line. And now we're supporting above a rising, ascending line. Yeah, that's damn strong in my book. Damn, damn, damn strong. And then the price now back up to this end in here. And I've had people come and tell me, I should be doing stuff like this, and even on TradingView. And I know, I really can't. Nobody has asked me to do it. Well, just go ahead and do it, one might say. Well, I could, but if I'm going to be doing anything like this, I don't want to do anything as far as trying to do parts of promoting people to my article, my post. I mean, I don't do that on YouTube, and I don't get many views. I just want to do the content. I just want to know what I'm supposed to do, how I want to present it, And man, if I could confidently know I can get a lot of views and I could be worth my time, meaning I get paid like I'm supposed to, oh my goodness, what I could probably be able to put out. And instead of just thinking of an idea, looking at it for 15 minutes, putting out a 25-minute video, and then uploading it to YouTube, then I could think about it for 15 minutes to an hour, do a test run, think of where I need to do it, think of different ways of how I can show on the screen, and thinking of how I can do it in the best allocated amount of time. That might take 3 hours. So if I ever get a situation to, then just maybe. But I'm so obviously, a reason I'm like putting this video out is because I've always felt I'm so much different than everybody else, and here I got people, a lot of people that seems are saying that it's up too much, and I'm saying that if I were to make my best mathematical guess, just like I was talking about Litecoin 125 a coon's age ago, and I'm still on that train ride, or I'm still on that idea of analysis, it hasn't changed. Then I'm on the boat that we're going to be making a move very very soon over 1,000 higher from where we lie right now at 52.50. Price action again will only tell. But the way I look at it is this: I'm like Mitch Marner in hockey in the sense that I know I'm good. So if somebody literally did want me to put analysis on, if the price is right, I would do it. But as far as just trying to get what I consider the price is right in the crypto game, there's only two ways I'm getting any type of getting the cryptos or getting the income, if you will. Number one is by actually doing what I talk about, and that's trade the markets. It has been very successful on the long term. And number two is any of the ad revenue streams that I get or any gifts that happen to be sent because I do, of course, place my public key into the more information box. Well, then that's what I'll get there. So the net sum of the two of the ad revenue and uh, the gifts, it's low, but it's something. It helps out very, very little bit. And it's nice to have because my focus on here is to help whoever it is that really wants to be helped. And I think with the low viewership, the only reason I'm still doing these videos is because of the type of stuff I'm pointing at in this, because I feel I offer such a very unique, different approach. And when I say 0 out of 1,000 people look at this Fibonacci number like this, well, maybe one of every 15,000 might look at it. And I don't know, maybe it's 1 in 4,000, 1 in 2,000, I don't know. But I'm one of those few people that do that, and I'm one of those rare kinds of thinkers in that sense. Again, the only reason I think I'm doing it. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. I thought this would be about 15 to 20 minutes, and like normal, it grows on even longer and longer and longer, so I'm going to conclude it. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.